Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. So today I'm super excited. We got a request for Billy Cobham. I can't believe I was just looking through his Wikipedia page. This guy is just a legend. I mean, wow. First of all, thank you so much for the request. This is from Scott. Thank you so much, Scott, for this request. We're going to do Stratus, a longer song, 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Billy Cobham. It's insane this man literally has made an album since 1974 without taking a break. I just looked, actually 1973, Spectrum. That's literally the one I'm gonna do right now. I mean, I think it's from Spectrum. Let's just check really quickly. I think it was as a solo artist. Yeah. So as a solo artist, Spectrum. So basically from 1973, we have, okay, all through the 70s, every year one release. Then the 80s. Okay, he took a break in 84 and 88. Then 1989 to 1992, and then every 2 years a release until literally or more until 2017. I mean, this man is a machine. And then I also looked, I mean, he has played alongside George Benson. Those are just people that I know. James Brown, Ron Carter, Stanley Clarke, Larry Coryell, Miles Davis, Richard Davis, Jill Evans, Peter Gabriel, Johnny Hammond. These are just ones that I'm like, that I know. There's a Quincy Jones, Mahavishnu Orchestra, John McLaughlin. And I'm literally skipping like 10. Wow. This is insane. This is insane. This man is just a legend, a living legend at 78 years old. Wow. Amazing. I can't wait. Thank you so much again for this request. Scott, thank you. And let's listen to one of his tracks on his first solo album, which is called Spectrum. We're going to listen to the song Stratus. And this is, I think, 1973. And it is 1973. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. And here we go. And I did Quadrant 4 the other day, actually. That's awesome. So, give me 1 second. Give me one second. I was going to click on Spectrum. Oh my God. No, but I noticed that it's a much shorter song. So let's click on Stratus. Here we go, and I hope everybody enjoys. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please keep in mind we do a lot of jazz, we do a lot of prog, rock, blues, you know, everything that comes, everything that sounds good, we kind of like try to cover. Yesterday we did some Donald Fagen, which by the way is still blocked, but it will be unblocked. Don't worry, guys. So yeah, I'm so happy that this whole like voyage that we're taking, my wife and I, and sometimes me by myself, because I can just sit longer. But I basically show everything to her so she doesn't miss out on all this goodness. Okay, so here we go with the song Stratus. Here we go. Wow. I mean, the musicians on here are. Okay, just a second. Oh my! I mean, I looked them up, and I'm not surprised. I mean, we got Billy on the drums, and then I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Jan Hammer. On the, of course, was soloing right now on the keyboards, and then we have the amazing Tommy Bolin on the electric guitar on this track, and Lee Sklar on the bass. So that's these four amazing musicians are playing on this track, because I mean, throughout the album they change guitar plays, but this is Tommy and Jan and Billy and Lee on the bass. This is amazing. So it's all full circle. So you guys have introduced me when I was still doing metal with Nick to Tommy Bolin, and then you introduced me to Jan and Billy, and now I can, I hear it together and it all makes a lot of sense. And holy moly. And even when I did Quadrant 4, I didn't look up the musicians. Maybe I should do that a little bit more when it comes to these jazz fusion musicians, because that's my jam. That's the music I live for. Wow. Let's just go back. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. This is what makes me go back to these instruments every day in practice. Amazing. That's what I love about jazz fusion, that they play this so effortlessly, and so it's so much fun for them, and it's just like almost like, why do we play like this? Because we can. Because a lot of people are like, oh, jazz fusion is too much, and I get it. Some people it's just a little bit too intense, but man, let's be honest, this is music for musicians. Or just very experienced music lovers like you guys, but just, we call them like tourists, like a random person goes on YouTube, right? And they listen basically to like what? Maybe the Stones and, some like no progressive music, never been interested, no jazz fusion, maybe some, I don't know, some Yanni, elevator jazz. There's a lot of people who don't really focus on music, they're not really music listeners. So you play someone like that, they're gonna say, what the hell is going on? But a guy who listens to Genesis and Yes and Rush and, Mahavishnu Orchestra, Al Di Meola, Pat Metheny, this is like, yeah, give me more, So I'm just getting into this whole world, and I'm putting all these musicians together because they're basically all friends in the end. When I listen to Alan Holdsworth, this is like what I feel, or Miles Davis or John Coltrane, because that's more what I was, you know, Greg Howe and stuff. But this is, oh my god, this is so good. And but I would understand how people would reject this for being too much. But for me, it can't be too much. This was just the right amount of sauce, you know, sauce. It's so good. This music makes me happy. And I'm so happy that I have an outlet where I can play this to people, and they're like, "Yeah, man, Nick gets it. You know, he gets it." And because a lot of people my age would be like, "Oh God, what is this? Like, what is this even called?" You know, sadly. And then of course, children or kids younger, they have no idea what's going on. They would be like, this is like mad music for like crazy people. For example, like Alexia, she's younger than me, but she totally gets this. She knows, and I'm so lucky to be with someone who appreciates music the way she does. She really understands, and she sits there and analyzes it and goes on walks, and she's like, "Oh, I just listened to Alan Holdsworth." Okay, like, but she's just like, she's basically, her appetite in more complex music has been awoken with this channel, because yes, of course I played her Alan Holdsworth on our first date, and she was like, that was amazing. But why did she say that? Because her dad had already played jazz to her. She already knew the chord progressions and the weird stuff, and not that it's weird, but the outside playing, you know, and the drum solo, the bass solo, the guitar solo. She knew already the structure of jazz, of fusion, you know, so it wasn't too alien to her. And then she always had listened to good rock, so she was already kind of like prepared. There's other people that I played Holdsworth to, and they were like looking at me like, is this like music from Mars? And yeah, maybe, you know, or Frank Zappa, you know. I'm just getting into Zappa, and I'm like, wow, you know, this is amazing. But other people would be like very like they wouldn't know what to do with Zappa, because it's so rich and in weird ideas, and but beautiful ideas, you know. Just like this was amazing. I love that a drummer can bring together so many. It's like Chad Wackerman. His albums are beautifully amazing. He has 3 solo albums with Alan Holdsworth. I think he has one without Alan Holdsworth, but they're beautiful. It's just amazing how these guys compose, and then the musicians they bring with them. So I guess I thank you enough. So thank you so much for this request, and I'm super happy. And you guys, I'm loving that you're like knowing that you know how to make this channel great, and you know, also us as not requesters, as reactors happy. You know, this is like the stuff that makes me happy, and it's worth to sit here, you know, for hours and hours and edit the videos and do all this stuff. And because the following is so cool, and you guys, most of you all understand about this music, and you love this music, and it doesn't always have to be jazz fusion to be great, but it's very, very up there for me, at least. But I mean, we also do, as you guys know, we do metal, we do country. We're trying to get more into folk music, as you saw. We did John Denver, and that got an amazing response. You know, I mean, in just a couple of days, like thousands, like 30,000 people like watched it. I don't even know why or how that works. I don't even know how YouTube works. Who gets the video? Just some random person on YouTube? So it's so weird, but it's just lovely, and it's crazy, and we're so happy, and music really makes us happy, you know. Just everyone who's on the channel is a happier person by listening to music. And then when we react, well, it's just like, I guess it's, I don't know, we're so blessed, all of us. We're blessed to have you guys and I hope we do the same for you. I hope we make you happy with this, and well, thank you so much for being there. So I have nothing more to say except this is amazing. This was amazing. What a great track, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.